Hello YouTube and welcome back. I'm back from my vacation, and what better way to start off recording than with the brand new feature discovery video that came out the day after I left of IFR in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm really happy to see everybody enjoyed me covering the airports episode finally, and really much looking forward to it. It's 12 minutes long, so sit back, relax, and let's see what this is all about. This is my first time I'm watching it. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm very excited about seeing this. Look at that cockpit. That's the Airbus, of course, which is looking tremendous.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this new episode of Feature Discovery Series. I'm
Thank
Daniel
you.
Cusack, lead designer at Asobo Studio. In this episode, I'm going to talk about IFR features in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. First, I'll begin by presenting the navigation data present in FS 2020. Then we will go over the flight planning features. Finally, we will look on the instruments and ATC that allow for IFR flying experience.
All right. Navigation data. Like I've said before,
We have
just
partnered
tremendous.
with a service company dedicated to flight operation and air traffic management, NavBlue, to provide FS 2020 with an AirRing 424 navigation system database. It's worth mentioning that, just like in real world, this data is updated following the official AirRack cycle of updates every 28 days. It includes waypoints, VORs, NDBs, com frequencies, localizers, control and restricted airspaces, approaches, and also SIDS and STAR procedures.
God, that's amazing. See, again, I'll pause it here. The amount of detail that's going into this simulator is quite amazing. You know, it's just like you can go full out with actually learning the aircraft. You can, it's just, they're really putting in all of those small details that were missing from everything else, X-Plane and the older flight simulators and all that kind of stuff, and really just going all out. They're not just going to be like, oh, here's some planes, but everything else that's going to be cool is going to be added later on. It's just going to be right out the box, right at the start. I love it. Now it's off to some flight planning.
In FS 2020, you can start directly airborne from anywhere on Earth. Engines running and ready for takeoff on the active or forced runway, or cold and dark at a gate or a parking spot. Once a departure and a destination are selected, you can access flight planning functionality. It will determine your routing based on the type of flight you want to make, from direct or VOR to VOR flights to IFR low and high altitude routes. You can also manually edit route to your convenience by adding and removing waypoints. A cruising altitude is suggested for your route, which you can edit if desired, and estimated times between waypoints are provided. You can find this information in the navlog. Standard
That's nice.
instrument departures and standard terminal arrival routes, known as SIDS and STARS, along with ILS, VOR, and AirNav approaches, are all considered in FS 2020 Flight Planner, meaning that we'll be able to generate routes that are true to life.
See, and that's another thing that I'm liking too, is there's so much real data going into the simulator too. It's not just all pre-programmed AI doing whatever. I'm assuming that you're going to see flights that are actually happening in real life, going about their business in the simulator and all that, and it's just, I love it. I mean, just look how much stuff you can see right here on the screen already. You got all the different areas. Oh, I love it. I love it. See, the other thing is I'm not too informed with, IFR and VORs and all that kind of stuff. But the fact that I'll be able to kind of learn about it while, participating in this simulator is going to be fascinating, because I've always wanted to learn more about just, ailerons and all that kind of stuff on the aircraft itself, but everything else about navigating and all that, it's going to be really neat.
Flight plans can be saved, loaded, and generated from external tools.
Nice.
Flight planning information will transfer from the world map to aircraft instruments. You can also create, edit flight plans directly in cockpits.
Can I just talk about how detailed everything is in the cockpit too? I know there's like a whole video talking about cockpits from before, but it's so nice. It looks so high detailed. I love it. Especially with the other planes that'll have glass cockpits. They already said that the touch screens actually work and everything, and it's just, ooh. All right. Anyways, let's keep going. I thought he was gonna talk some more, but that's okay. They're just kind of showing that off.
A large panel of instruments is represented on general aviation planes, from the Garmin 430 and 530 to the Garmin G3X, the G1000, 3000, and 5000.
Man, pretty. Look at that TBM. I love that long nose on it. And of course the shadows. I mean, everything just... I bet if you just posted a picture like this online and just said, is this real or fake? I wonder how many people would say that this is a real image. I mean, it's amazing how much detail there is. You got the shadows going through the controls, and it's just, my goodness. Incredible stuff.
The three most common type of radio navigation aid are available. To navigate the hard way, ADF, for automatic direction finding, indicates relative bearing to the radio beacon, called NDB, non-directional beacon.
Those clouds.
VOR, to be provided with the magnetic bearing from the station to the aircraft, and DME, distance measuring equipment, that indicates the distance in nautical miles from the beacon to the aircraft. VOR and DME beacons are often located at the same position with the same published frequency.
Goodness. I'm just kind of looking up at the top too, just seeing the design.
You can rely on ILS, Instrument Landing System, for precision runway approach to be provided with both vertical and horizontal guidance during an approach to land. 8.33 kHz spacing is supported natively so that you can tune your radios realistically to up-to-date frequencies. For airliners with flight management system, a CDU or MCDU is provided with core functionalities to simulate pre-flight procedures, data, init, flight planning, radios, and performance.
It's just crazy to me that all these buttons are interactable. They're not just fake buttons that are just there to have the aesthetic. You can actually interact with that. That's fantastic.
The ATC system supports several functions. Ground control supervises aircraft taxiing to and from runways, considering live or AI traffic when giving you clearance. The tower handles traffic in the vicinity of the airport, clearing them for takeoff or landing. In addition to TOGA, reduced thrust takeoff can also be accomplished using less than full thrust.
It's just amazing seeing the runways actually have, the elevation changes and all that. It's not just a flat surface.
Once in the air, you can rely on a flight management system featuring autopilot manage mode for navigation, and auto thrust on Airbus or auto throttle on Boeing for power management.
Whew. Oh, it's sped up. I was about to say, I was like, I don't want to be on this flight. Holy crap. I see it's... I like the ATC conversations already. Acknowledge instruction. Oh. Man, there's just so, again, I know I say this over and over again, but the little details,
now also
man.
supports seeds and stars and provides vector on published approaches.
It'll be interesting to see what actual airline pilots think of this simulator and stuff, to see how fully accurate it is, because for me that doesn't know anything about airline flying, it looks great to me. I mean, look at the cloud layers down there. My goodness. I'm glad they did it like this. You can kind of see what's going on up there in the ATC chat, but just watching the plane flying and seeing the shadows and the sunlight, I mean, it's just, ooh. It is a beautiful thing. All right. I mean, just so zoomed in, it
Waypoints
looks
are flown
perfect.
through Autopilot Panel, FCU, monitoring the navigation display to check the constraints. ATC communication can be delegated to Copilot AI if you want to focus on flying the aircraft while keeping ATC communication going.
So that's nice. You can actually have your co-pilot, quote unquote, next to you. I'm still hoping that there's going to be a feature to where you can have a real person. Since, you know, multiplayer is a really big component in this simulator, it'd be awesome to have, like, my brother, per se, in the co-pilot seat and actually have that functionality too. That would be incredible. But to have an AI as well is nice, because then if you don't want to deal with ATC, he can deal with all that and you can just enjoy the flight. So that's pretty nice.
The weather radar is available to analyze live weather. In addition to live weather, we can set precise weather conditions, including ceilings and runway visibility range, for instrument practice.
Nice. I wonder
If you
how
want to
accurate
change
that'll
your
be.
plans, you can cancel and request IFR clearance based on the active flight plan in your instrumentation. We can now follow STAR procedures supported by the MCDU, the navigation display, and ATC.
Going to 1825.1, Airbus 320.
Ooh. Just look at that. The detail is incredible. I know I'm talking over the thing, I'm sorry.
Cleared to the ILS, on a good intercept or final heading, and leveled at the appropriate altitude, you are set to activate the approach mode to follow the glide slope until we reach the minimums.
I mean, it's just... Oh, you can see a little bit of a flash of the runway over there. Man, there's so much to learn with an airliner. It'll be fun to do it, though. I mean, this is the simulator to do it. Can really get into the nitty-gritty of just ATC, of actually using all the buttons on an airliner.
You can hear traffic on the radio. The ATC gives vectors to other planes. You can also hear ATC asking to report traffic in sight if they are close enough.
We're gonna have to go back, because that coming out of the
We
clouds
are
looked
asking for landing
fantastic.
clearance. If you choose to land without clearance, you can cause unexpected AI behavior, such as preventing traffic planes from taking off or landing at certain runways. A traffic might abort landing and do a go-around. Queue-up planes may wait for the user to land or go away. You can disengage the autopilot and end-fly the final moments, or auto-land on planes equipped to do so.
Wow. So it's cool that the AI is interactable too. They really did good with this Discovery Series video, just letting you see the flying, you know?
IFS 2020 will host an authentic IFR flight experience from gate to gate, allowing everyone to enjoy the thrill of a real-life flight. We hope you enjoyed this look into IFR features. On behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. See you soon.
Yeah, this was an incredible one, but yeah, the plane popping out of the clouds here. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it less so you can see it, since they were. Oh,
You
hang
can
on. Gonna turn off the audio there. But I mean, that just looks awesome breaking through the clouds. And you get to see that lovely satellite imagery of the 3D buildings, so it looks as it does in real life. That's the thing I love about it too. It's just that satellite imagery that they're using, with Bing Maps. I mean, just to have that authentic look like it does in real life in the simulator is just gonna make it so much more enjoyable to fly through. It really is. Cause I've tried X-Plane and all that stuff, but the base game just is boring to me. I never could get into it, and to have this throughout the entire world, right out the gate, you download the game, boom, I have all of this right at the start is tremendous. I mean, it's just looking incredible, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this. I really can't. It's gonna be fantastic, everybody. So I'm gonna leave it on a nice little picture here. Let's do this one, because this looked pretty good here with the sun. If I can get to it. I think I'm just trying to delay the video a bit more, it seems like. There we go. But yeah, everybody, hopefully you guys enjoyed another video from me over Microsoft Flight Simulator. And this was probably my favorite one. I mean, I don't know much about IFR, so a lot of the stuff that they were talking about is not in my wheelhouse, but still the fact that we'll be able to learn about it and actually utilize those features in the simulator is going to be great. And as always, it looks incredible, so it was nice to see some of the flying and just kind of how everything's working with a bit of the UI and all that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. We will, of course, be back whenever episode 9 makes its way out and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. See ya.